Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of the Manc Talk. I'm with my guy Steve in the building. Yeah.
Unbelievable night. We're on our way, man. I said it. I called it on the Big Six all season. We're going to win it. Going for it, man.
Someone say there they're going to City going to win a treble. Well, it's not really a treble. You know what I mean? It's almost like a fake treble. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not here for that whole argument, mate. You know what I mean? At least they could be winning the Champions League and the Premier League.
A fake treble. You left the FA Cup to go and play in the fucking Pony Cup in another country. Do you remember that? You left the FA Cup. You left the FA Cup. United dropped out the FA Cup when they were in that World Club Cup thing.
Oh yeah, Pirates took over. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We wanted the
really?
Cup instead.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
You know, you disrespected the cup that you're saying we're not won, but you know, listen, them trebles and all that's all bullshit. Listen, it is what it is. If Man City win this, unbelievable. After the trophies that we've gathered the last few years, if we can get this one over the line, unbelievable.
Yeah, man, the City fans are here already. Charlie's already here, you know what I mean? Big up
Charlie. Big up all the Blues. Istanbul, Mohammed.
Yeah, someone says, hey, Steve, I'll meet you in Istanbul. You know what I mean?
No problem,
you must
be
from Turkey. Problem. You know what, by the way, you might be even definitely going, mate, because apparently they say that it could be as many as 25,000 at the stadium. I don't know if you see that tweet I sent you.
Yeah, I seen it, man. I seen it. It was I don't know what's going on yet. I think I can get flights, no problem, but if I book flights, they stay on the red list. I think you've got a quarantine for like 10 days when you get back.
Is it?
In a hotel, which is like grand. And it's like, but if City don't run an official trip, then I think we can get round all that if we go on their official plane, their official coaches to the hotel, which is all sterilised and tested. And I think so. That's what I think City's got to do. But all the City fans are in no man's land at the minute. We can't book anything. We don't know where we are.
Mate, listen, you know what I mean? You don't have to book anything, mate. United. All right. Breaking news: Man United vs Liverpool, May the 13th, rearranged. When's May the 13th? You know
what day? I don't even know. Oh, we're on the 5th now, so it's 8 days.
8 days. So let me check that right now.
So it'll be Thursday. It'll be a Friday night, won't it?
Is it?
Will it be? Maybe.
No, Thursday. Next Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Thursday. You know what I mean? They might just lock it off. You know what I mean? Man United fans, you know what to do. Lock it off again. But you know what they'll do? They'll probably stay overnight in Old Trafford. They'll break it like a hotel or something like that. You know what I mean? But forget all of that nonsense. You know what I mean? We need to talk about, obviously, Manchester United, obviously, Man City, obviously, yesterday, man. I couldn't believe it. That performance yesterday, Steve, man. I know you were there with Don Robbie and the other guy, Parizan, but that, for me, was a scary performance, man, because I thought, surely Neymar, surely someone's going to get in behind, surely something's going to work out here, but none, mate.
It was a complete performance over 2 legs. We went over to Paris. We went down early. People thought we bottled it because the way we played first half in Paris was a joke. We came out second half. We turned the screw on them a little bit. We got under the skin. And they've shown the true colours. They've shown that if you give it them or you put it on them, they don't want it, man. They're used to their own way in Paris, in French league all the time. We put it on them and we twisted it. We come over here. And then last night was a bit nervy early doors. But as soon as I seen the team saying to Robbie on the channel, Fernandinho's in there to just wind them up, man.
Seriously, how does he not get yellow cards, man? You know what I mean? He must have made about 30 fouls the whole game, right? And not one yellow card, mate. You know what I mean? He must be working with a ref, man. He must do it in a way where he's a bit soft. I don't know. He breaks up the play.
I think he's they're just clever and they know what they can get away with. And then obviously if your referee usually gives you, unless you go in crazy, referee usually gives you a warning. So what he does is he just does these little nips and trips. And then obviously when the ref says, right, next one, he just backs off a little bit. But Di Maria fell for it. Herrera seen his ass. Neymar was rolling around. Verratti was trying to get everyone sent off. They lost it. But you got to have a shout. Riyad Mahrez, man. What a player.
Why, he's on there. He's right next to you. He's right next to you there, man.
The Algerian Argent Robin, Riyad. He was class, man. And that ball from Edison right over to that is different levels, man, from a keeper.
Someone saying Ramadan Riyadh, you know what I mean? Since Ramadan, he's been on fire. You know what I mean? He's been scoring goals, he's been doing well, he's been all that, and he's fasting as well. You know what I mean? I don't know if he had something at half time. Obviously, the time when we were breaking our fast was on half time. So he did a whole half fasting. Yeah. And the guy, man, you know what? Yeah. There was a time when Man City were flirting around saying they want to sell him. I don't know if you remember that, but there was a time when we were with Sanchez, sorry, and there was a possibility of Mahrez coming as well. And Man City kept him, and they said, you know what, now we believe in him. And I thought that would have been a big opportunity to go get him. But he stuck by him, by the way. And you know what? What a player, man.
He's a great player. We knew that. But the thing is, the way Pep plays sometimes and the way we have the wingers and that, sometimes he gets rotated. And I think with Mahrez, you need to play him all the time to get his rhythm in. When he gets his rhythm going, he's class. Yeah. You take him out for 2 or 3 games, and he brings him back in. He's not quite as effective, but he's a match winner, man. He's a match winner. You know what I mean? He's a diamond. And you know what? Every fullback knows he's going to cut in on his left, but nobody can stop it, man. He sent someone for a hot dog there, man, in that game. I can't remember who it was, but he spun someone. The guy just floated off for a hot dog, got some fries and that. He was fucked.
You could play, you could play till he's like Robin, 35. He's only he's just turned 30 now, but he's a kind of player where you don't need speed. You just need the agility, the movement, the cleverness, the acuteness, the kind of mobility that he's got, mate. I've seen players like that, mate, playing you know when you go into the local five-a-side, there's always this little Algerian don or Moroccan don. And it's like, you always see him, and he tells you I'm about 36. But he comes out of there, starts tricking, doing all these mad skills and that. And you're thinking, what's going on here? It's just in their blood for me. And I feel like for me, someone saying he's better than Mahrez. I think to look at, he's better than Mahrez. But obviously, Salah gets more output. That's, that's what a lot of people concentrate on, don't they? Go on.
The thing is, it's a few mentions there. Kyle Walker in the first leg. I mean, Ruben Diaz, mate. Diaz. He was throwing himself in front of things, right? When they did that block, Stones and Zinchenko and Neymar went across the box. All 3 of them dived on each other like they'd scored a goal, and it was a block. So that's what it means to him. You know what I mean? Look at Zinchenko, 1.7 million from the. I don't know if you know his story. He was playing for Shakhtar Donetsk, and the stadium was in the middle of a war, so the stadium got hit by a missile and all that. So there was no football there. So he literally was left in no man's land. So he was living in the Ukraine. He had no club. And he said he was playing football on the streets in the Ukraine, just knocking it about with his mates. And then an agent sort of contacted and said, Man City might be interested in you. He thought it was a load of bullshit. He ended up getting over here, came to Manchester. They farmed him straight out on loan. He went to PSV Eindhoven, and he wasn't good enough at PSV Eindhoven. He was midfielder. He wasn't good enough. They sent him back, basically. And it was now, and we thought, that's him, we'll flip him for 2 or 3 mil, and that'll be him. Wolves came in, offered about 9 million for him. We were going to sell him. We wanted to sell him. We basically said, we're going to sell you. And he didn't want to go. He said, no, I'll fight for my place. And Pep Guardiola has turned him into a decent left back, man. To come in, how he's done last few weeks. He used to have a bit of a mistake in him, and City fans used to say, Zinchenko gives me nerves and that. You know, when you're watching a player progress and you can see him getting better and better and better, that's what he's doing. And playing with Diaz and Stones and that.
He's not even a thinking, man. The worst thing about it is, right, it's not even a bloody left back, man. He started off his trade, centre midfielder. You know, I remember that picture we had with his girlfriend in Ukraine. And I thought, who's this guy, man? One of them little pretty boys that just think they're good at football and whatnot. And the next thing you know, right, you know what I mean? And he's put that performance in against Neymar, against Di Maria. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to give it to him. But Diaz, mate, I remember 2 years ago, I was on a podcast with Noureddin. Shout out to Noureddin. And I said, right, there's a player called, Diaz available. He's available and he's of good quality. You know what I mean? For me, I thought he was an upcoming star at Benfica. I've watched him a couple of times in certain games or whatnot. I thought, go and get him. Decent price. And Man City, mate. You're talking about Van Dijk, mate. You know, this is your Van Dijk in reality.
Well, listen, last season, before we got him, all the talk was of Koulibaly from Napoli. Everything was
of course.
So, and Diaz wasn't even mentioned with us. Then all of a sudden, boom, Ruben Diaz signed. You think, where's that come from? It was the same when we signed Bernardo Silva. It was all talk about other midfielders who we were getting, and we didn't even. And then Bernardo Silva just got signed straight away. So City, I think City are good at sending the black signals out there to people, you know, because so this is what they did with Fred and all that, man. I'm telling you now, we watched that documentary, Fred and all that. Oh, Pep Guardiola wants him. Did he want him? Did he want him? They signed Rodri, man. They signed Rodri. They didn't want him. They did send him out there. People can buy him. Why would? Yeah, we wanted Sanchez, but as soon as Sanchez's agent started throwing them figures about, we just walked away from the deal, man.
Steve, you see, throwing and blocking the ball with his head. He was doing all sorts of problems, mate. You know what I mean? Like, I just couldn't believe it, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. But someone here saying power shifting, Manchester confirmed. I think in terms of what we're going through, the two clubs, even I'm not going to say Man City are bigger than Man United because I don't think they are. I don't think they're at that level. But the trajectory for me is getting a bit concerning now. You know what I mean?
Close, man. It's getting close.
It's going to be close. And I feel like for me, I wouldn't even call it a power shift because we're on two completely different levels. We want our owners out. We got a reporter in bloody Palm Beach telling, you know, people, you know, telling them, what's his name, Avram Glazer, what do you think about your fans protesting? You know what I mean? You guys are doing better than us right now. But if you win that Champions League, I think that would be the one where it kills a lot of people because you can have your Premier Leagues, but we can always say 20 times Man United. You know what I'm trying to say to you? But that Champions League, to get one when we've got only 3, you know what I mean? I know we got the one in 68, 99, and then obviously 2008. But if you were to get one, I just feel like for me, the modern day society is that you could go get 2 or 3 if you invest right. You only got to look at Real Madrid. It started a kind of a 3 in a row.
Yeah, well, you look, Premier League wise, we already overtook Arsenal. We win that one against a weekend, then we're above Chelsea with league titles.
Are you bigger than Arsenal then if you win that? Like, it's crazy.
We're bigger than Arsenal. We're bigger than Arsenal. We're bigger than Arsenal.
You know, that's what I'm trying to say to you then. It's crazy. I don't know how much traditions and whatnot can only take so long.
The thing is, I judge football on decades, me. Decades.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, because decades are fair. 10 years is a fair span, yeah? Because you look at people like Nottingham Forest won 2 European Cups.
Yeah.
Are they bigger than Arsenal? No, they're not. But was they bigger than Arsenal then? Yeah. So in that decade, they was big. So football flips. You look at teams like Blackburn Rovers, yeah, under Jack Walker. At the time when they won the Premier League, was they bigger than most teams? Of course they was, because the stadium was full. They were winning the title. They had Alan Shearer. Everyone thought Blackburn's going to go on. Now they're going to conquer this, conquer that. But then it dropped. So you look at clubs in English football, and, you know, you've always got your top clubs and that. But the argument who's bigger can be construed many different ways. I don't think Arsenal fans are going to say, oh, we're bigger than Man City. Good, yeah, you think that, and I'll think what I think. But at the minute, what we're doing on and off the pitch is another level for us. So we're in absolute dreamland at the minute.
Absolutely, man. And I just think for me, it's kind of crazy because you look at, like, you know, Man United, Arsenal, you know, we're a lot about history and we're a lot about, you know, what's going on at the minute and what's kind of, you know, who's the bigger club or whatnot. Like, for me, like, I'll play this little clip here now, you know what I mean? I feel like this is what we're kind of dealing with right now in terms of debates and whatnot. Like, just check the guys from Super 6 out right now. They debated about who should be in the Premier League Hall of Fame, who should join the Premier League Hall of Fame. Check what they said out.
Look, Gerrard wanted to leave. It was very clear. He didn't go to Chelsea and he stayed at Liverpool. Look, that's his decision. He decided to stay, but ultimately he did not bring your team the Premier League. In fact, if anything, he was the one that ended up costing your team the Premier League. The one season he had the opportunity by slipping.
So look, I know, Chris, it doesn't come down to a moment of a slip.
Chris,
like, you know what I mean?
I know it was a soft spot. I know it's a soft spot for you. I know it's a soft spot for you. What happened that day?
So obviously, you know what I mean? Like, when you got to realize is someone saying they're Slippy G, you know, a lot of fans are based it on sentiment. You know, you only got to look at the Vieira thing or whatnot. Like, we can't say nowadays, you know, clubs are bigger than what and whatnot. Like, no one can have a really good argument because right now you can say Man City are the best right now. You know, we've got to do it through, you know, through what's it called, players nowadays. So if you look at the Hall of Fame right there, who would you put, by the way, you're next in Hall of Fame. Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, Vieira, Lampard, or that's it. Yeah, who would you put?
I mean, I like Scholes. I've always liked Scholes. I like Vieira. I think Vieira was awesome for Arsenal, and I think he will get in it. But Scholes always been a good player for me. I always liked the way he played for United and that. Another one who used to love them little fouls and that, knew what he was doing. That's why for people say to me, who's better, Gerrard, Lampard or Scholes, it's always been Scholes for me.
Come on, man.
Even as a City fan, I've always liked Scholes. I appreciate good footballers, mate, right? And Paul Scholes just made it look easy for me, just made it look effortless, man. He can shoot from 30 yards, 40 yards. He can pass. The only thing Paul Scholes couldn't do was tackle. But half of them tackles, I think he meant them because that was his little way out. And I think the referees just thought, like, Scholes, he can't tackle and let him off with that.
Yeah. Of course.
But great player, man, Paul Scholes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And by the way, make sure you go check it out, guys. Super 6 video. Link is in the description. Make sure you go check them out and make sure you let me know who your player. Someone say they're Lampard all day, Scholes. Yeah, man. But football is dying. Yeah, absolutely, man. Football is dying. I think for me, when you look at Man City's rise now, man, it's for me, it's phenomenal. But to win that Champions League, mate, what would that mean to you as a City fan? You know, we all banter that. I don't know. Listen, I live 5 minutes, right? I know my thing's going blurry, but I live 5 minutes away from Main Road where City fans used to come out. I used to hear celebrations of away games of Man City fans leaving early. I could see it all the time when I was a young kid. I see all these swarms of people. And I said to my brother, what time is it? He goes, yeah, it's half time, but it's 3-0 to the opposition. And it's like, you know what I mean? And it's crazy, man. But for you, obviously, you've been there, seen it, done it. But what does it mean to you to be in the final, man?
The thing is, I go, there's a certain generation of fans, that have been brainwashed by the media and YouTube people about talking nonsense about Manchester City here. I've told you, listen, the fan base of Manchester City is one of the best in the world. Because when it came to loyalty and when it came to when the shit hit the fan, we stuck by it. And I'm not harping on about it. It's a fact. And all the Man City fans, when you say, oh, empty ad and you got no history and all that, we just laugh, Because we were the first team in Manchester to win a major trophy. We won the FA Cup 30-odd years before Liverpool ever won the FA Cup, So we've got our own history. The highest ever attendance in English football history outside of Wembley for a league game, a cup game, was Manchester City and Stoke, 84,000 at Main Road, So when you want to talk about history and about fans, then know your history about fans. And if you want to talk about Manchester City's loyal fans, then go and ask your dad, because your dad probably knows better because he was probably around there. I came out of West Ham once, last season. This kid went, fucking Man City, you've got no fans. And his fucking dad clipped him round the ear, And he went, listen, Man City got some fans, mate. Let me tell you, we've invaded grounds. We've gone all over in Division 2. You know what I mean? All this nonsense about all that corporate shit in the stadium with empty bits and all that doesn't interest me. But I know that my football club would be okay. If Sheikh Mansour wrapped it up tomorrow and said, you know what, I'm getting off, laters, we'll be all right. We've always been all right. We've been low, second division, lowest of the shit, but we'll always be all right. But I was saying, 1999, when you won the treble, we was in Division 2 and we beat Gillingham in the playoffs, Fast forward to now. Your fans are protesting in your stadium. You're in the Europa League and you're second in the Premier League. We're in the Champions League final. We're about to win the Premier League and we won the League Cup last week. So how is that possible from a Man City fan? How can you predict that in your mind?
Nah, you can't predict it. You know what I mean? I think for me, it's just, it's crazy that the project for me of the owner, you know what I mean? Like, I think Carl Walker was talking about it, Joe Lescott was talking about it in the studio about the project, they could see that they would do it and they could see that it would happen. For you to kind of see, I think there's a picture of Robinho, Elano, all these players and whatnot. Them guys started off the raid, and to see it right now, it's crazy, man. 10 years it's took. Is it 10 years?
When an owner invests in the foundations of a club, and he invests off the pitch in training facilities, women's team, the youth setup, he invests in fans. They have a common contact with the supporters, right? You keep the Manchester City hardcore loyal fan base around that stadium happy. You keep the club happy. Yeah. What Man United was doing, I said it before. All the foreign fans all over the world who support Man United, buy the merchandise and everything. Yeah. They're all sat there and they love Man United. Yeah. But deep down, they're not seeing what's going on, man. Where you lads are seeing what's going on. But instead of Man United having someone who can liaise with the fans, they don't, just blanket silence it all. So you've got to rely on these media outlets that aren't reliable and just stir shit up. So it stirs you up. But what Man City do is nothing negative comes out of the club. You look at it, nothing negative comes out of the club. As soon as it came out, you're banned from the Champions League because you've been cheating. The chairman came on straight away and he said, look.
What about 10 lawyers?
He went, this is nonsense. We're going to go to CAS. We've not done anything wrong. The books are there to see, and we will beat them in court. That's what he said. Now, if my chairman, Mull Barrett, says that to me, I'm believing him because everything he said in 10, 12 years, he has done. If Joe Glazer comes out and tells me that, it's a load of bollocks because that guy's a liar. That's the difference in the two ownerships of the clubs. When your club is run right, it's run proper.
There's a belief, yeah. There's
take
a belief.
A penny.
Yeah.
They do not. Them Arabs do not take one penny out of our club. So they spend. Right? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with spending their money improving hospitals, pitch, the women's team, the youth team? Nothing. Or would you rather have the Glazers who are raping your famous club with history, raping it dry? You know what I mean? So you can call Man City oil clubs, history, all that shit. But at the end of the day, who's in the better position now than Manchester City? Nobody.
Yeah, true, man. We've got 400 people watching live. People, get the likes up, man. Manc Talk, you already know what it is. Every week, Manc Talk. Mohammed Odego, Saeed, mate, are you worried if City in the next 10 years win 5 or 6 league titles, 3 Champions League and 5 FA Cups? You get worried as United fans see your rivals get Man City close. Listen, mate, I can see it right now, mate. You know, I remember like I was opening my fast, man, and these guys were celebrating, man. You know what I mean? I wanted to dash the food on them. You know what I mean? Like this, it's for me. I'm just worried about the kind of, for me, the ambitions of the owners, mate. That's my worry. It's not about, listen, I know City, you know what I mean? City will always be City, you know, they'll never be bigger than us. I know that, but the thing is, I can't hold on to that title for that long, mate. I can't hold on to the title. For me, it's just open air, like, you know, for me to say, yeah, but you're not bigger than us, or your club, this and that, man. Because at the end of the day, what's happened for me now is my whole heart has changed. My whole heart has stopped bantering City because I thought, what's the point of me bantering City when I'm getting shot in my own house? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. And I feel like these Glazers, man, they don't know what they're doing. And they're letting the guys over the other. It's like, you know what it is, Steve, right? They're not even making it difficult for City. You know how at least, right? So a certain club buys that player, we go buy that player. They'll go buy this, we go buy that. We make it competitive. Man United are not even making it competitive. They're just saying to City, we're giving you a little bit of a head start, and we're not even going to come catch up to you, mate. You know what I mean? We're just going to go see you later. And that's my feeling about all this, man.
For me, you've got to look at the players, right? We lost David Silva, Yaya Toure, Leroy Sané, Vincent Kompany. We're about to lose Aguero, yeah? And then you look at the players that have come in Diaz, Rodri, Ferran Torres. You know, there's little additions here and there, and they're starting to work. United, they've signed Ibrahimovic, Igalo,
I know.
Cavani, Fred. You've overspent on Maguire, yeah? Because if Diaz is 65 million and Maguire's 85, well, I've got a problem, yeah? They're overspending, and that's the problem. And it's only under Alex Ferguson that never happened. You know what I mean? Man United got the value for money all the time, but these players that they're buying now at the minute, they're getting played. United as a club just needs a restructure for me. I think.
Yeah, I know.
From top to bottom, you need football men in there, and you need the most important thing. They're going to become so detached from the supporters. It's going to cause massive.
You didn't have to mention it, Gallo, by the way. You didn't have to mention it. You know what I mean? The Gallo's alone, but again,
I know what you know. What when he came in, everyone was gassed about him. Oh, he's a Man United fan from years ago in Nigeria. So fucking what? He played for Watford and he's shit, innit? Let's talk real. Don't talk shit to me. Man United should never have touched that guy. Yeah, Man United when I grew up was buying Andre Kanchelskis, Karel Poborski, Eric Cantona. You know, they were buying them kind of men. Yeah, where you thought, fuck me, United's going to fuck us up here. Cavani and all that. Yeah, you can win your odd derby here and there. But what I'm saying is, come on, man. Come on. Long term. You know, we're signing kids from Brazil now. Kai, Latinio. We just signed Sarmiento from Estudiante.
You took the one that we wanted.
You know, we're signing these boys. Boom.
That Serbian kid.
The kids who are City who are picking now, because we've got a great setup and with the scouting networks. Crazy. Man United scouting network used to be the best in the world, man.
Well, it's non-existent, man. You know what I mean? It's non-existent. But for me, Guardiola, man, you know what I mean? Is 10 years without Champions League or whatnot. Are you thinking, like, who do you want, by the way? Who do you want in this final, by the way? Because it's difficult, man. Let me say something before you say that. You've got Zidane, who's never lost a Champions League final. And you've got Chelsea, who are stubborn, mate. You know what I mean? They're not going to let you play, and they're going to almost sit back, and you guys are going to have to break them down again.
Let me tell you this, yeah? You can clip this. Get Real Madrid, we'll wipe the floor with Real Madrid, yeah? Get Chelsea, we'll wipe the floor with Chelsea. Do you know why? Because they're getting gassed up over that FA Cup the other week. But we rested 8 players because we had Paris Saint-Germain on the Tuesday, yeah? We need to beat Chelsea at weekend to win the Premier League. You'll see a different team. Don't let Chelsea fool you, yeah? Let them think they're going to beat us. But that team that played last night, if that turns up on that game, on the Champions League final, 29th of May, Chelsea will not come anywhere near it, mate. Let me tell you.
Wow. What makes you so confident?
Mate, I can sense it, Saeed. I can sense it, man. I'm positive vibes. It's not that City team anymore where you think, you know what, they can blow it and that. For me, you've got to be confident. When you can go on a 23-game, 24-game unbeaten run and go from 9 points behind in the Premier League in 9th to top by 11, you've got to believe in your team, man. If you didn't, what kind of person would you be? So the Man City fans have got to go there. We're going to be nervous. It's going to be horrible, mate. You know, it's going to be horrible, but we just got to go for it, man. You know what I mean? Go for it.
And again, Foden, man. You know, when you got Foden, mate, listen, there's a reason why Sterling, for me, you know, you said sell him, didn't you? You said you don't mind if you sell him. Listen, when he came on, he's there dancing on the floor and that, and just he didn't look himself, man. There's no confidence there. He's gone. Foden, no, mate. Foden, mate. Listen, what a player! What a player, mate.
Listen, he's a fantastic talent, and he's a local lad, and he's Man City through and through, and he loves the club, and that's what you want, man. Everyone's had it, haven't you? You've had your Ryan Giggses and all them proper United boys, Neville. Liverpool's had the Gerrards and Carragher's and that. You know what I mean? Now we've got one of our own there that's came through in a tough side, and listen, England, man. If Phil Foden needs to ring Southgate and say, listen, are you starting me for England in these Euros? Because if you're not, I'm getting off to Spain with my mates on a bender. That's what I'd say. He's only a young kid. Get to Magaluf, get off your trumpet, and have a few beers. Or you starting me. He's got to play, man. Foden's got to play.
He's got to play, man. What for me, unbelievable yesterday. There was tenacity, the way he's, you know, off the movement. You know what I mean? The way he's like, he's 20 years old, but he's playing to that level. It's crazy.
That comment there. How shit were PSG? Nah,
yeah, big up Lambs.
Lambs. PSG weren't shit, mate. PSG just done Bayern in the last round, and you were all telling us what Neymar was going to do to us. Mbappe never had a shot in the first game. Neymar got his ass slapped last night. Man City defended well. We attacked well. We controlled the game well. We passed it well. And we done them over 2 legs. You know what I mean? 4-1. So what more do you want, man? Forget PSG. Even Alex Ferguson turned up with a fucking 4 cans of Red Stripe and a fishing rod like Glazer and tried to pep talk him in the hotel. And that didn't help.
I know, I seen it. Shout out to Alex Ferguson, man. You know what I mean? He tried to do it, man. He tried to do it. But for you know what I mean? Premier League, Champions League, that for me would be an absolutely incredible season, man. What a season. Man. You know what I mean? And it's no stopping, man. At the end of the day, you know, you're going to have a lot of teams who are going to be like, you know what? Let's go to blue side. Let's go win more. You know, because who's on your level right now, apart from Bayern Munich? Seriously. Who is on your level apart from Bayern Munich? If you will, as a team, I'm talking about as a collective team. We're not talking about one. Like PSG have a few stars, but their left back shit, their right back shit. They've got no defenders apart from Marquinhos. I'm never ever rating that Kimpembe ever again, mate. You know, I thought he was a good defender, but he's actually shit.
Bayern Munich are elite. Real Madrid are not quite elite, but they can still turn it on the day. Barcelona are nowhere near it. City's got to do it though, and to be classed as elite. you've got to win it. You can't be one of them teams where you say, "Oh, do you remember that season when City was smoking everyone, but they got to the final and choked?" That's not what we were about. We need to get to the final and win it. Once we've won that, then nobody can say anything. I've had opposition fans from Chelsea, United singing European champions. You'll never sing that. Well, let me tell you, it's coming. It's coming, man.
Zanos is not, man. He's all over the place, mate. He's trying to play out from the back. He's just so lackadaisical, mate. Man. I thought he was a good defender, but Marquinhos, mate, he needs to sort him out and say, yo, listen, get this guy out of here, mate. You know what I mean? Kempembe, you know what I mean? You just let him run. You just let him run. You just almost let him run and just say, you know what? Go on. Have that. You know what I mean? On your favourite foot. But for me, that's, it's crazy. But listen, half an hour in, people. Get the likes up, people. We've got 518 people watching. You get me? We got Matisse in the building. He says Istanbul with a fire emoji. Istanbul,
he's not there, man. He's not there yet. He's not there yet.
What I mean? I don't know why you're saying that, but someone clip this, you feel me? You know what I mean? He's going to get clipped up, mate. You know what I mean? Bringing up fire emojis and all that, mate. You must be having a laugh, mate. Yeah, man, 193 likes, man. Let's get that up, people. 500 people watching. But over the other side, mate, we've got Avram Glazer, man. You know what I mean? Walking away from reporters and that, not even saying anything, mate. Look at the contrast, mate, of our owners, mate. This guy is just running away from owners.
Have they came out? Has anyone from Man United came out and said anything about that weekend?
No, nothing. They've just literally stayed silent. They've just said, you know what?
Is it true that they're banning people?
Apparently, what they're saying is that whoever was seen in the stadium, and if they can get their CCTVs right, and they can find it, because I know in Man City they've got facial recognition. I've heard a few people who work there. They've got facial recognition. They've got state of the art, so they can link it right onto the CC ticket. I don't know what they got on Man United, mate. It's that old, mate. You don't know what, you know what I mean? Have you even got cameras?
You got them old black and white ones that like crack and that.
Exactly, mate. You know what I mean? You don't know what they got, man. It's an absolute shit show of a stadium. Glazer's a pussy, by the way. That reporter was jokes. Isn't that customer always right? Yo, big up to that lady. I don't know what her name was yet, but you know what? Big up herself, man. Because at the end of the day, right?
I haven't seen it.
I've heard reporters nowadays, you know what I mean? They get assigned to different roles in it, and they can take or leave what they want. So she must have said, you know what? I'll take that job, and I'll go over to Palm Beach, mate, and I'll just say, you know what? Fair play. You know what I mean? And I just think for me, when you looked at that, Steve, man, oh, man, just how far away from you, mate, if they're just saying, like, we're not even talking to you, you know, they're not bothered, mate. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about things and whatnot, and, you know, ownership.
The thing is with them, Glazers, the United are a victim of their own success because the global fan base is so strong, there's always someone that will replace you. So if you've got one lad from Salford that's been going Man United for 40 years and he gets on his high horse and says, you fucking better do this because I've been going Man United 40 years, they just take a step back and go, do one, mate. There's somebody else who wants your ticket. So he goes away and then another guy comes in. So it's like a conveyor belt, but eventually all the real hardcore ones will drift out and you're going to be left with that marketing machine where them Glazers can spout as much nonsense to people and they believe it. The real people don't believe it. And do you know what people say? Why do you always compare foreign fans with local fans? I'm not saying you don't support your club the same. You do. You all have the passion for Man United. But when you're local and you every single day you're reading the Manchester Evening News, local reports, you're going to work, someone's taking a piss out United, someone's taking a piss out City, all that. We all know it's in your blood. It's like it's in your blood. But them Glazers don't care because it's not in their blood. They're not bothered. They're just about that. That's it.
And Ollie's come out with quotes today. I don't know if you've seen them, but he's saying that it's not the right way to kind of stop games and whatnot. You know what I mean?
He's a puppet on a string, man. He's a puppet on a string.
Say it for the fans, man, because at the end of the day, I always keep saying it, but I don't want to. I want to just focus on the Glazers, but you can say whatever you want, mate.
Listen, the thing is with Solskjaer, we all know he's a legend at Man United, right? And he's not going to tarnish his reputation there by criticising the board because Alex Ferguson never criticised the board. Even if the board was wrong, he never criticised him because he's a man of his job and his word. And he's brought that into his players. And that's what I'm saying. Apart from Gary Neville, who knows he ain't going to be no after dinner speaker at Old Trafford, he's going to say what he wants. And Keano will say the same. But Solskjaer will never... You can't... If you worked for a massive company and your boss was a bellend, You couldn't come out to your other workers and say in front of everyone,
no,
the gaffer's a bellend, because that's just, it's not good. So you can't blame Solskjaer for not coming out, but don't fall for the bullshit that the Glazers are going to feed through. You need to condemn
he
this.
He says here, I don't know. For me, do you need to say this? By the way, I'm not sure. As a Man United manager, you need to say this. He goes, the right to protest peacefully. Everyone has got a human right to be heard, but it has to be peacefully. That I understand that. Then he said, when you step out of line, when you break onto the pitch, into the dressing rooms, it's not nice. I mean, I don't know who went into the dressing rooms. You know what I mean? I don't know what is going on about there. You know? So at the end of the day, and apparently he's got an apology personally. You know what I mean? He's got an apology personally, but I just look at it and he thinks when you step out onto the pitch, if you're a manager, do you want to hear that, Steve? Because at the end of the day, it has to be that. I'm not saying no violence. I'm not trying to, say that we're going to do violence or whatnot. But when he's coming out and saying that, shouldn't come onto the pitch. But at the end of the day, mate, if you're not going to do this, you can't protest at the ground and just say, hey,
Listen, if you wouldn't have gone on that pitch, yeah, you'd have all stood outside that ground, swung them scarves around like you've done before, shouted like fuck, threw a few smoke bombs about. United and Liverpool game had kicked off. Nobody would have remembered it because they'd have been talking about the game. The fact is, somebody opened the gate, let them in, so they fucking went in.
Did you see the video, though? Did you see the video?
Yeah, I've seen the video. So they went in. Yeah, because some steward's thinking, I'm not getting a dig for these Glazers. I'm sat here trying to hold the gate, and these guys are going to kill me. Nah, man, let them in. So he's let them in. They've gone on the pitch. They've done what they've done. They've got the game abandoned, and it's caused ripples all across the world because one of the biggest games in English football has been cancelled by fan power. So what they did was correct for me. Policemen getting slashed and shit like that. Nah, man. Anyone that goes on protests, if you see that happening, you need to out them people because they're not proper fans. So if you see some idiot doing that to the copper, fucking get him, grab him, and just throw him to the coppers, man. Because you can't be doing that. There's people, got parents and dads and things. That's bullshit. But as far as breaking in the stadium and going in the stadium and I'm up for that, mate. Go for it, mate. That's the one. Do it. If you've got to do it because you can sit outside that stadium and wave them scarves all you want because that don't mean shit to them Glazers. They do not care, man.
And also the publicity of sponsors seeing that. You got a couple of stuff for yourself, you know what I mean? And as a sponsor, how would you feel, if you're that club that you're kind of supporting and it's almost a mess? It hurts the brand, doesn't it? It hurts the brand.
Yeah, you don't want to be established. I mean, I've seen United fans sharing all the sponsors and the phone numbers of the head offices and that online, so they're going to be getting shit, man. They don't want it, you know what I mean? They don't want it.
Absolutely, man. Big up to everybody, by the way. We've got 600 people watching live. Big up to everybody who's tuning in right now.
Big up to the guy that scored the overhead kick, though, man. That was class, man.
That was unbelievable, man.
I've got to say, big up the guy with the overhead kick, but that guy with the zebra pants, he's shooting you. Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic turned up there with zebra pants, Man United shirt on and all that, man.
I am telling you, man. Them man just, and that kid as well on the thingy. What's it called? On the
goalposts.
On the goalpost, mate. Unbelievable, man. Luberto Francisco and Tedai, you get me, big up to him. He goes, it can be a Manchester club versus London club's final, both Champions League and Europa League. Listen, I'm up for it, man. I'm going to go down to London myself, personally, man. I'm going to sit with Turkish, right? And I'm going to watch it with him, man. Because I said that. I'm going to watch it with him. Because at the end of the day, I want to celebrate in their faces, mate. Because it's a social media derby. Like, I don't want to be in this Europa League, right? And just, be in it. And then it's like, get Villarreal and get chomped out by Villarreal. You know what I mean? If I'm going to get chomped out, it'd be Arsenal. I'll be honest with you, people. I don't want to be get chomped out by Villarreal, who, like, Sevilla hurt me, man. Sevilla hurt me. I don't want to get another Spanish side. If it's Arsenal, then fair enough. You know what I mean? Let them have this little thing or whatnot. But Villarreal, man, I can't do it because at the end of the day, the embarrassment will even be more. Look how much they've got. Look how much they've got in terms of ownership, how much their stadium and all that nonsense and whatnot. It'll be crazy. But what do you reckon that will happen, man? An all English? It won't happen, surely, man. It's not.
It could be. For that, is it? I think Arsenal could win me.
I think they will.
I think they could win. I mean, it is what it is, but we're looking at them Glazers now. I mean, look at Solskjaer must be thinking in his own mind, that he's had a great season. He's finished second in the league. He's in the Europa final now because they're going to beat Roma.
But City have topped it. City have topped it.
Yeah, but I mean, it is. Should Man United be worrying about City now? You know what I mean? It's not what you should be worrying about him. You got bigger problems going on. Got bigger problems going on.
I feel like you're a bit patronising there, mate. You know what's going on there, mate? You know what I mean? Like, little slight dig there, man. What do you mean? What do you mean not focus on City, man? City is still there.
Yeah,
it's still there, man. I've got to look at City.
You used to slag us off saying we were obsessed with you, yeah, because we always used to mention you. Now all you do is mention us.
No, we're not mentioning you. What we're trying to say, though, is we kind of say City or not. And we're not going to come and talk about David Moyes and all that and say, you know, we aspire to be City, but we've got to match them. We've got to match their ambition.
You do aspire to be City, though.
No, we don't aspire to be City.
Yeah,
You're getting things wrong. What I'm trying to say, though, is Man United have got to match their ambition, like they've got to match everyone's ambition in Europe. We've got to become back to and act like an elite club. It's not about kind of just being an elite club by name. We've got to compete. Someone says, you need to compete. That's the name of the game. What's the point of watching football?
You know what happened yet? Do you know what happened yet? United, about 20 years, about 10 years ago, we was about 20, 30 years behind you on and off the pitch, miles away in terms of marketing, revenue, football, trophies, everything. Yeah. Now we're really, really close. Yeah. With the revenue levels, we're up there. You know, everything that's happening, we're only moving in one direction. Yeah. And you know it, that it's coming. So you're looking over your shoulder thinking, these fans I've took the piss out of for years here, this little club we used to laugh at. It's coming right here. And I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, you know, that
it don't fit right, man, you know. You don't fit right, man. Guys that coming from Oldham and Stockport and you know what I mean?
Right, listen. I'm thinking, right, that big, massive empire, that looked so impressive years ago, and we thought we would never, ever take that down. That is crumbling. It's like the Roman Empire, mate. It's crumbling beneath your feet. You need to stop it, man.
Let me just get a question here. Ryan and he goes, have you seen United playing Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Villa? Yeah, man. Yeah, listen, we might as well cancel the rest of the season, man. I tell you people, man, no more home games the rest of the season. I don't mind playing in June, man. You know what I mean? Like, let's play in June. Let's cancel it, man. What's the point, man? They're trying to... All it is about money, people, man. That's all they want, these clubs, man. They want money. You know what they're going to make us do, Steve? Every single one is going to be on TV, prime time TV. Have you noticed that? Because it's Man United. They still sell well.
There's a comment there. Do City make money without their owners? Well,
it's true, though.
Because it's a business. So what happened is, when they took over, so if you take over a corner shop that's not doing well, what do you have to do to make that corner shop do well? You put a new door on it, you buy new tills, you buy new stock, you put some new window displays in. Next minute, everyone in the town thinks, wow, I'm going in that shop, mate. Next minute, you start making dough. So what we did is, we did the training ground, we did the stadium, we started investing in the women's team, we started putting infrastructure in, we started buying the players, little players here and there. Guess what happened? We started winning trophies. And you know, when you win trophies, you get money. But then we've been self-sufficient now for about 6 years, running at a profit. So the answer is, Manchester City do make money without their owners because our owners invest in the football team and do not take a penny out. So Manchester City is self-sufficient. They turned a club that was struggling into a money-making machine the right way. So all these people that go, you're nothing without your owners. Yeah, we're nothing because the owners came in to a business that was struggling, invested into the business, made that business a high-end machine. So keep it going.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yo, people, man. Fresh Trips coming. By the way, we've got 700 people live, man. Yo, big up to everybody who's tuning in right now, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Smash like on the video. If you're not hitting 400 likes, man, you man are just mocking it, man. How can you be watching the video and not liking the video? Come on, people, man. Get them likes up, people. The best Manchester talk you're ever going to get, man. We're just two regular fans from Manchester.
You know what, though, Saeed? What happened with City is going to happen at United a little bit, yeah? Because if somebody comes in, to Man United now, they've got to spend big. You've told me it's fucking the roof's leaking in the stand.
Everything, man.
When you go for a piss in the toilet, it's leaking down the fucking all around, right?
Yeah.
The training ground, that Carrington training ground, is dirty, mate. It's shite. Have you seen Villa's new training ground? Wow.
Leicester, everything.
You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. So whoever comes in, he's not looking, thinking, right, I've got to spend $4 billion on United to get the club. He's got to spend at least another 500 to $1 billion on the facilities, then he's going to have to spend on the team. So it's a big outlay, man.
Absolutely. And, you know, you only got to look at what you guys did, man, in 10 years. You know, you went and, you know, restructured the football club. You did this. I mean, our youth team's decent. You know, we've got a good under-18s team. You know, Charlie McNeil, we've got a couple of youngsters that are coming through, man. Decent, you know what I mean, team.
McNeil was a blue one. Well,
I know it was a blue
fan, but he jumped over. He's a good player, man. But we just won the under-23 league as well, didn't we? Like with the lap and that, we just won that. The women are top, I think, for the women's league as well. But I don't watch that nonsense.
Yeah, man. Mike Butler saying this. Saeed Trader on live with the Glazers. I don't know what he's on about, mate. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Big up Saeed's mustache. Yo, man, we're just doing that, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're thinking, but shout out to Steve. Big up Steve. And good luck in the COVID Cup final. What do you mean by that?
That old chestnut. I don't know.
What does he mean there? Yeah, shoulder shotter. Got the basis. But...
COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you rate that kid?
Yeah, for me, he's a good player. But the problem is, man, it's a difference between, you know, first team and youth team, man. You know, there's a big gap. You only got to look at your guy, Rory Delap. He was in the first team, and the next thing you know, where is he now? Is he still scoring goals or what?
Yeah, they just won the league, hasn't he? He's top scorer, I think. But he's not elite, man. That's what I'm saying. You have to be elite to get in a team like, of course, you have to be elite, man.
Is that why you're buying players like that? Like them youngsters that you're buying? You're buying?
Yeah, you've got to, because the thing is, I know everyone would like to see youth players coming into the team. That's all right in fairy tales. It doesn't happen a lot. So Man City can't say, right, we're dropping Aguero and we're going to put in Liam Delap. And then Liam Delap goes 6 games, but score a goal, then we're out of the title race. How can that work? You know what I mean? So that's what people have to get it right. If you're good enough to get in Man United team or Manchester City team, you'll be good enough to go straight in the team. There's none of this. When you're top of the league, there's none of this blooding players. You're not Newcastle where you can put 3 or 4 youngsters in and think, you know what, we'll give them a chance. Look at Arsenal this season. Do you think if Arsenal were going for the title, do you think Smith Rowe and Saka and all them would have got game time? No, because the manager shit himself. He wouldn't have played them because... But now, because the pressure's off, they can play them players. Yeah,
exactly. Yo, big up to Andrew, read through and through. I love the show. Big up Steve, talking sense. You know what I'm saying to you? Manchester City have too many winners.
United's good kid is that Hannibal
Majebri. I've been talking about it for a couple of years now. 2 years now I've been talking. He's a quality player. But again, fantastic. You know what I mean? Can he get into the first team? It's difficult, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know you have lads that have probably made it and whatnot, and the next, you know, they've tailed off and whatnot. It's difficult to keep that mentality, isn't it? It's difficult.
He's a great player, man. If he can't get in that team with Fred and McTominay in there's a problem. But I've seen him, and I know youth leagues. I mean, we had Brahim Diaz, who was tearing it up in these youth games, and he went to Real Madrid, fair enough. But he's look where he is now. He's
on the bench at AC Milan.
Yeah, exactly, because he got too big for his boots. I mean, this Hannibal guy, I mean, now might be the time to get him in there.
You know what? He's 18 now. You know what I mean? It all depends on how you kind of bed him in. For me, looking at Bruno, he's a similar kind of player.
How do you know about him, Steve? How the fuck do you know about him, Steve? Listen, let me tell you, I know all the youth players of Man United and Man City. I'm a football man. Chelsea under 23s. I see a player, I tell you the truth on the player. That's why that Hannibal, man, I wish we had him.
Yeah. We've got Super Chat here. The new owners are going to spend mad. Ground is sorted. New training ground. Pay off the debt 500 million. We're going to need some crazy rich. Listen, we can only dream, man. We can only dream. You know, I'm trying to say to you, and we can only just keep going, man. But big up everybody who's tuned in, man. We've literally got 730 people live on this video. Big up to everybody. This has been the Manc Talk. Steve, man, let them know where they can find you, man. Apparently your content's coming, man, soon, innit?
Yeah, man. YouTube, at Big Steve MCFC. We're over 1,000 subscribers. People are waiting for it. It's coming. I'm getting things sorted in the background. We're going to do a few shows soon. Get on the Instagram, at Big Steve MCFC. Even if you're a United fan, come over there. It's all banter. It's all good. You can give me a bit of shit if you want. You know, Derby Day and that. We're happy days.
Exactly, man. Big up to everybody. You know what I'm saying to you. Someone said, "Hey, you made a video deleted on your channel." I think you want to do it properly, don't you?
I was testing. That was just me on my phone, just testing about. Saeed knows I am the world's worst, useless guy at doing anything. I can barely turn the laptop on, so bear with me. it'll be worth it, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to sort it out now. There's something going wrong with the hyperlink, so I'm going to sort that out as soon as it's gone. But literally, Big Steve MCFC, go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. That's been Manc Talk. We're going to be back next week, Tuesday, back to our normal slot. Obviously, we have to do Wednesday today because obviously Steve has was in watching the game in London yesterday. So we'll be back next week. Could you win the league, by the way, this weekend?
Yeah, man. Just beat Chelsea's one.
There you go then. So Big Steve next weekend could be Premier League champions, and we could be talking about another trophy down the Mancunian way. But people, make sure you go check out Super 6. Link is in the description right now. Make sure we go send it out there. And let me know who your best player should be in there for the Hall of Fame. Mine's got to be Paul Scholes. Steve said Paul Scholes. But make sure you go check it out. Link is in the description below. But people, like the video, subscribe to Saeed TV, and we'll be back tomorrow for the match reaction for the Roma game. Take care, bye-bye, and peace.